Hello and welcome to FX Addicts Weekly Currency Update. Today is September 7th, 2012, and this is Tim the Currency Professor. Well, today we had some pretty good action, actually the last couple of days, and it's kind of thrusting all of our technicals here to some new highs. The euro up today 165, moving significantly above any of our resistance lines here, so we do have a breakout now to the upside, and so we are no longer going to short this market. It is now changing directions. It has done it now with some very good force, and you can see here that it surpassed our very last resistance line, and it has turned around. Also on the weeklies it has turned around. It actually did 2 weeks ago. We closed above the minor resistance line, and now this week we are closing above the major resistance line. So we do have a turnaround here. As to how far this goes and how long it lasts is the real question, but we could certainly rally way up into the 130s, maybe even get up to the 140 area. If we look at the monthlies here, we could rally up to the first stop would be around 130.50, and ultimately we could run all the way up to around 140 area, which would put us up near the upper band line here. So we could even go up to the to about the 144 area, because as we got up to that area, this line, this resistance line here, channel line, would be down about that point. It would take several months to get up there. But technically speaking now, the euro has turned around against the dollar. There's probably coming another round of dollar bashing, as it's kind of commonly called out there. It is widely expected that the Federal Reserve is going to do another quantitative easing, which will devalue the dollar. However, longer term, it's probably going to be positive this time, as the U.S. economy is recovering. It's not it doesn't have any robust growth to it, but it is recovering. There's some fairly decent signs that the housing industry is recovering. So this round, if they do another round of quantitative easing, may have a much more positive effect than the last one, QE2. So in addition to that, they're still doing their twist where they're they're selling short-term treasuries and buying long-term ones, so keeping interest rates on the long end lower. Looking at the British pound against the dollar, also a very large spike up by 84 pips, back up above 160. That is a fairly positive sign also. Again, though, not really sure how long it's going to run. On a weekly basis, we still have not gotten above the minor support line, which is around 160.70, although we could easily break that in Monday's session. So we would need to close then next week above that 160.70 and significantly close above it. Now, longer term, this is clearly still in a downtrend, and don't want to buy it in this kind of environment. We look here at the sell-off that did a lot of damage to the market, and we have this kind of consolidation with an upward bias to it. We're still going to fall out of there eventually at some point. So some point here, we're going to bounce back up, maybe to the upper end here, 167 area, and then fall back. There is really no reason for it technically to go any higher than that 167, 168 area. And it would be really looking weird if it did do that technically. So we'll bounce around in here probably for quite a few more months, and then eventually sell off longer term. US dollar against the Swiss franc also taking a very large hit, down 80 pips, breaking down below its most recent support and hitting some minor support down here around the 94.50 area. Now, if we look at the stochastics down here, you can see how they're very, very oversold and in need of a bounce. So this could turn around much sooner than the euro turning around against the dollar. Now, we look here at the weeklies. We still got a support line down here around 93.70. So we could still sell off some more, get down to that area before we do have a bounce back up. And on the monthly, still looks fairly strong. That has not changed. Longer term still looks like it'll rally from here. U.S. dollar against the Japanese yen taking a very large hit today, down 64 pips, giving up all that it gained yesterday and then some. Back down to the lower 78 area. It has bounced back up against its lows, but it does find some fairly good support in this area, right where we are here around the 78.20 area. And it really looks like that area is going to hold. So I really wouldn't put too much faith in it selling off too far from here. If it does, it's probably going to bounce right back. Again, though, on the flip side, I'm not really thinking that it's going to go screaming higher at this point either. So we look here at the weeklies and we can see how more than likely in this kind of a situation what happens is there's a period of consolidation with an upward bias, and it kind of moves up very, very slowly, and then finally it'll take off. So that can happen usually over a couple of months period of time. And we look here on the monthly so we can see how we've been now in a consolidation for 4 going on the 5th month here, in which case this area right where we're at has been some pretty good support. So we can consolidate here for a while, as we see here in the stochastics. Stochastics could come down below 20, bounce around down there for a few months, and then move up. So this could be a while till it turns around. Euro Swiss, big story today and yesterday, rallying up quite a bit. We started off midweek this week where it actually dipped below 120, and the SMB of course came in there and bought it up. And then 2 days ago we had a little bit of a rally in there where it took it up to just above 120.40, and now today we rallied all the way up to 121.50 and have since backed off. But this may be the start of something there. There's rumors running around that the SMB may change the floor that they have from 120 to a higher number. In addition to that, now the euro has found some strength with the ECB's latest projected round of bond buying. So it's a very, very good possibility here that whether the SMB actually steps in or not, that the euro against the Swiss could find some fairly good strength and could rally up from here. Because if we look on the weeklies, and this is kind of rough looking at the weeklies on this small of a scale, but we were flat for so long, but we are coming off of the spike low, so there is a very, very good possibility that the Swiss could be losing ground here longer term, and the euro will just gain out of the Swiss loss. Euro against the yen up strongly the last couple of days now, back up above 100, breaking out a little bit here, finding some resistance up here today on a little bit of a resistance line that I've drawn in. We could back off from here maybe a little bit and then rally up again. Now if we look at the weeklies, we've broken out, and we can see how we could draw a little bit of a line here, and we actually broke out of here a few weeks ago, but it is nonetheless still consolidating, and longer term we are really in a still downward mode, and we can see that still even here. I mean, even though we're moving up right now, this is still a downward mode here, even on the weeklies. And if we look at the monthlies, well, there really isn't anything good here. Again, just like the British pound, this did a lot of damage to the market. We have this downward sloping declining wedge, which is never a bullish sign. So as we move down like this, we'll have these spikes up and corrections in here. So right now we could run all the way up to about 107, 108 and still be within the downtrend. So we recover a little bit here at some point and then fall off again. Again, we're still looking for it eventually to get down in that upper 80s, lower 90s area before it actually creates a bottom. That can take, though, a long time, obviously, because we're looking at the monthly chart here. So that is it for the week. Just to let everyone know, we are doing a free webinar next Wednesday with Trader Kingdom. So please sign up for that. It will be on risk and money management. So feel free to sign up for that and join us. I believe it is at 3:30 Central Time, 4:30 Eastern Time. So certainly stop on by. And I will also have, by that time, posted the new classes available that will be available in October. So any questions at all, feel free to stop by FX Addicts as always, and certainly say hello or ask any questions that you have about currency trading. I'd love to help you out. Thanks. Bye.